YouTube as well, and share. I'll share the link in the group, in the chat, in case you know someone who's also struggling with Zoom, or you feel they would benefit from being in this training. You can. Okay. So I'm going to share the link. Okay, I'm putting it in our chat now. There we go. Okay. So with that admin out of the way, we'll get started. Okay, something else is hanging here. I need to close this off. Close that. Please bear with me as I go through there. Just give one or two more people a chance to connect. I see someone trying to connecting with audio. Okay. All right, I am ready. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. So this is our weekly training session, and those who are part of the team, thank you for joining in again. It is a follow-on from what we have been doing, just to empower ourselves and to make sure that we succeed in our chosen business. So as always, we are going to start with our declarations, just understanding and revisiting what our mission is. It's very important that each and every person, sits down and writes down what their mission is. What do you want to achieve? So what I'm sharing is a collective one for the Wise Wealth team. You can adopt the same one or adjust it to suit you. You need to know why you're doing this. Remember, we started by sharing each person went out and wrote down their story. Your story came with the first part of it being looking at your life today, what it looks like, what you don't like about your current situation. And for a lot of people, it was a very emotional exercise, because you had to dig deep and really, really write down for yourself, what is it that you are not happy about? Because a lot of us have been going through a lot of opportunities, tried different businesses for one reason, because we're not happy with our current situation. But the minute you write it down and you are true to yourself, the emotions come in and you realize how much you desire for your life to change. So that was the first part of your story. The second part of your story was for you now to go on and say, what do you actually want your life to look like? And with that one, it was a happy time, because you just went crazy with no limits. If money was not an issue, what did you want your life to look like? So you went on to write that part of your story. And then the last part was, how do you feel once you've achieved that, right? So now that we've got that, it's a process. We need to grow into what we want to do, where we want to be. And growing into that means that you must constantly be in touch with it. And writing it down helps you to remember. Once you have started in this business, like any business, you'll get challenges, right? You'll feel like, oh, it's not working. Oh, is it worth it? When you do that, then you go back to your story and you read it, and you read that first part that says, this is not what I want. And then you realize that I need to keep going. So it helps you. It's a self-motivator, that story. So you need to do that exercise, right? The next thing is that you need to know your purpose and your mission. What do you want to achieve? So spend time doing that. What you'll realize is that with our business, self-development is critical. Your state of mind is critical to your success. So we want you to absolutely approach this as a business. If you don't do that, your chances to succeed are very small. If you don't treat it as a business, any business out there, We pitch up for work, those who are employed. You pitch up to service somebody's business. You make sure that you do everything that you need to do on a daily basis because the employer has defined the steps of the things that they want to be done for their business to be successful. And they require you to show up every single day to do your bit so that their business succeeds. Now you have started your own business. You must also treat it with the same kind of respect. So you show up for your business every single day. You will remember when we started, as we were going through the induction into the system, we said to you, you need to commit 10 hours a week. That's not much, eh? 10 hours a week into your business. If you don't put in the time, you are not going to see the money. There is a lot of money to be made. 10 hours a week means about an hour and a half a day. That's all that is required. If you do that consistently for the next 6 months, that is your learning process. You are going to see a turnaround in your business that is amazing. And now the question is, what am I doing, Maggie, in that hour and a half, that every day? Today, being in this session is part of you spending your hour and a half. Yes, today we're going to only be here for about 45 minutes, but that goes towards what you are doing. So you are spending time in doing a couple of things. Understanding the business model. Doing the system. We spoke about the system. We've got a 3-step system to success. You are going to be doing that, spending some time on that. I'll just recap a bit on what the system is, right? The 3-step system, that's what you're going to be doing. Learning about the compensation plan. You need to know what you need to do to get paid. So it's self-development, understanding our business model, doing what you need to do to get paid, which is the system, and then understanding how we get paid. And self-development is a big part of that because that's what keeps us going. So today we are going to focus a bit on that, okay? So before we go on, let's start with how we always start with our mission statement. And I'll read it out, internalize it, appreciate it. It guides us to where we want to go. And then we'll do our declarations. And then our declarations, remember, we do the declarations because we believe in the power of the spoken word. You need to speak things into being. For those who are Christians, we know that even our God, when he created with the word. He spoke things into being. And we know that the power of life and death lies in the tongue. So we are going to speak things into our lives. We do this on a daily basis. So when we do it, when we get into our sessions, it's just a reminder to say, friend, are you still doing that? Business partner, are you still doing that? Because we do it daily. Because the more you speak this into your life, the more it becomes a reality. The more you start believing it, the more your faith grows, the more it activates and aligns things to work towards you achieving that. So we'll do our declarations and then we'll get into what I want us to cover today, which is more about our mindset, our approach to the business. And then the last part, we'll just look into napkin presentation number 3. And if you don't know what that is our guiding principles in our business. So we've got a system that requires you not to sell, but it is simple enough for everybody to understand so that we build our business. Okay. All right. So let's start with our mission. I'm going to bring it up. Okay. As I'm bringing up, so I just want to acknowledge and see if we've got people on YouTube that I need to acknowledge. Let me not leave them out. Our mission. I'm going to bring it up. Okay, I've got people on YouTube. Welcome. And if you've got any questions, I'll keep looking on YouTube as well. Please ask your questions. Enjoy the training. It is really our pleasure to have guests in this training. And if you like what we are doing, you are more than welcome to become part of our team. So our mission is to create a network of individuals that are financially secure and are living their ultimate dream lives. Individuals that inspire each other to make millions and to make a difference. So Our mission is to be multimillionaires. And we do that through a network of individuals that come together. We want to be financially secure and live our ultimate dream lives. Okay, does anyone in here align with that mission? You can just show by the show of your hand, or you can put it in the chat, yes, I align. And those on YouTube, you can put it in the comments if you align with that mission. Do you want to be part of a network of individuals that are financially secure and are living their ultimate dream lives? If you are that person, show us, okay? And remember the power of when you say that, when you say it in the chat, it is also you confirming what you want to happen in your life. We are all about owning our lives. Ne? Owning your life means that you've got the time, you've got the money, and you've got the health to enjoy the things that you want when you want them. Okay, so I see somebody's responded. Let's see. Dineo is that person. Dineo, you know what you have just done. Taking action, the power of participation. Participate. This is an open forum. By the way, you can ask any questions. You can stop us. We just talk and we communicate. It's not only, thanks Shirley, it's not only about Maggie talking. Ne? So stop me. Share whatever you want to share. Say, Max, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know where I'm at. I'm actually all over the show. I need guidance. Just say it. This is an easy session, okay? So that is our mission. Let's go on to do our declarations. Okay, you can say this out loud wherever you are. Remember, it is a confession of what you want to see. We must not be shy to say the things that we want. We all know that we are all in here because of money. Let's just be honest. We are all in here because of money. And so let's state our desires with regards to money. This is our money mantra. We say it in the morning, we say it in the evening. The more you say it, the more it's going to align with who you are. You're going to internalize it, and you are going to do what you need to do automatically to make sure that you achieve this. It's a confirmation, declaration, and we are going to start. Okay. You can remain muted, it's fine, but I will say it out loud, and we say it with passion, né? Because it's very important that you say it with passion. We have to feel it. Remember, we are dealing with our mindset, our state of mind, our attitude, and our approach to the business. Okay, so I can have as much money as I desire. I will have as much money as I desire. I choose to have as much money as I desire. I have as much money as I desire. I love having as much money as I desire. I create as much money as I desire, and I enjoy as much money as I desire. Some things, because they're not a reality, are difficult to say. But this will increase your faith. Just say it. Just say it until you align with it, okay? You can take a screenshot if you want, and you can repeat it to yourself. Okay. And also, this is very important for me. Oops, what's right? It's very important for me to say this as well, okay? This is a declaration also speaking into what you want to attract into your business, speaking what your business is like as if it is already like that, okay? The fact that it is not like that doesn't mean you should not say it. We are speaking things into being. Faith is saying things that are not as though they are. Okay, so let's go with these ones. I attract self-motivated doers and leaders into my business. I attract positive-minded people to me. I attract people who fit perfectly with my business. I am committed to reaching my business goals. I have a successful, growing network marketing business. I am a great business builder. I am creating a team culture of support and hard work. Okay. All right. So before we get into this one, I'm going to stop here because this is the heart of what today is all about. So I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm just going to pick on Dineo. Dineo, if you can just unmute yourself and just when you were doing these declarations. Hi, dear. How are you?
Hi, Osmedi.
Yeah. So now, as you were doing the declarations, did they invoke any emotion in you? How do you feel about doing these declarations? Are you there? Or anybody can respond to it. If you also did the declarations with us, you can just put your hand up and then we can also speak about you as well. I think Dino is struggling with her network or something. Is there anybody else who wants to speak to that? I see that you are highlighted as if you're talking, but the sound is not coming through. Who in here has read the book Think and Grow Rich? Anybody? Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. You can just show by the hand. Think and Grow Rich. Anybody? Hello. Do we have people in the house?
I'm so sorry. I lost you there. I got cut off. Sorry, maybe.
Oh, okay. Now. Okay, awesome.
So
no, I was just asking you. Pardon?
You can repeat the question for me, maybe.
Oh, okay. Now, I was asking, when you are doing that, I know that you do these declarations often. Have you seen a difference in the way you think or your attitude or your approach to business as you have or attracting certain type of people? Has it made it easier for you in any way to do business by just saying those declarations over and over again? What has it done to you doing it?
Well, for me, I am more confident on sharing this business model with like any possible prospects I might come across. So I'm more mindful when somebody's talking, I'm listening. So I tend to pick up on some of the things that they might be saying indirectly that will be connected to their certain situation, being at work or just in general how hard it is to get by and how expensive living is. And based on that, and obviously what I do every morning and every evening, I tap into really connecting with individuals that I might be speaking with on whatever day, and really just touching base on have they ever thought of changing their lives and what owning their life means. So I get to ask those kind of questions, and I get so I was sort of surprised with myself, like, okay, and that's growth ultimately. Saying these things daily, it opens up your mind to things that you didn't really think of before you started doing these things in like simple things. These declarations I can now just say it off by heart. It's because I believe and I want that so much in my life that when I'm in contact with someone, we'll be chatting about the weather or whatever, but the conversation will then go into how are you? How are you in this moment? What do you want to see change in your life? So I'm having more meaningful conversations with individuals as opposed to before I was exposed to this business model or organization. So it's opening my eyes on a daily basis on how I interact with people, and they get so interested in what I'm about to ask them, or just what I'm gonna say next, because they're thinking to themselves, oh, and where's that coming from? Why did you pick up that I'm struggling with this and I want this in my life? It's because I've changed the way I listen to people when they speak to me,
Wow, that is actually amazing to know, because just by aligning with a certain mission that says we are creating a network of financially secure individuals that are living their ultimate dream lives, you don't understand the power of just saying those words and aligning with that mission. What that has done is that subconsciously now, when Dineo is speaking to anybody, already her subconscious is aligned and looking out for individuals that are looking to be financially secure. And the business model that we have adopted, yes, we are in network marketing, but our business model says we are not salespeople. We are lifestyle trainers. We want people who want to change their lifestyle. People who are saying something is missing in my life. That's why we say, write down your story, because our target market is not somebody who wants hand cream. Our target market is not somebody who wants to get rid of bad breath. Our target market is people that want to be financially secure and live their ultimate dream lives. But just by saying that, you become sensitive. You start having meaningful conversations. When somebody starts complaining about the price of petrol, all you need to say is, friend, don't you desire to own your life? Remember, that is part of our 3-step process. Friend, don't you desire to own your life? And when friend says yes, you tell them the 45-second presentation. This is what I think owning your life means. If you take away sleep time, you take away the time we commute to work, we actually doing the work, and we are doing all the things we absolutely have to do. Everybody either has 1 or 2 hours to themselves. And even if they had that time, would they have money to do the things that they want? We have discovered a system where you can learn how to own your life. It is so simple that anybody can do it. It does not require any selling, and it does not take up much of your time. Friend, do you want to own your life? That is our step 1 of the system. Then step 2, what do? You give them the book. Friend, go and read the book. The first 4 chapters of 45 seconds to own your life. This is the book. 45-second presentation that will change your life. You give them a copy. We've got PDFs, we've got audio, and say, friend, just read the first 4 chapters. It's only 37 pages. And when the friend, why we do that? We want to introduce them to the model. We are teaching them how to drive before we give them the vehicle. The vehicle is now our business. Now, friend comes back and says, this looks simple enough for me to do, Janelle. Now, what must I do? How do I get there? Then we get them into our presentation, and then we show them the vehicle, and we start driving. And that is how we sponsor. That is the simple system that we do. And we just keep repeating that. And now teaching that is simple, the 3-step system. So you keep doing that. And Dineo, I've seen, oops, silence this. I have seen Dineo and how she approaches the business. If you approach it systematically like that, we are going to build amazing organizations and network of individuals that are financially secure. So we keep speaking that so that you find yourself automatically aligning with the mission. And just when you say, I'm attracting, in that declaration, we say, I am attracting self-motivated doers and leaders. And you yourself are self-motivated. Maggie is self-motivated. And then she attracts somebody like Dineo. Dineo is self-motivated and a doer and a leader. She's going to attract the same because we spoke it into being. When you said, I've got a successful growing network marketing business, watch where you will be in 6 months' time. So we speak those things into being, it works. Okay. So another one that I really, does anybody want to ask anything or share something in line with that? Even on YouTube, we are building solid businesses. People have gone into network marketing and they have failed because we have not applied the correct business mindset and the correct system that is easily duplicatable. That 3-step system I've given you, and you are told what to do. It's something that you can do without having to sell a lot of product. But you will catch napkin presentation number 1 one day, which is 2x2, which talks about the power of 5, and that will show you how we are building massive organizations. But we're not going to cover that one today. Thank you so much, Dino. So today I want us to work a bit more on our mindset. I was asking about the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. If you are looking at building a successful business, if you are looking at making a lot of money and changing your life, you need to read that book. That is part of self-development. For those who are already in my team and you are wondering, what am I doing for 1.5 hours every day in my business? You are going to read Think and Grow Rich. Not only that, you'll be writing down the points of what Napoleon Hill says. That book has made multi-millionaires. You cannot go into business and not read that. So today, I'm going to ask us all to participate in one part of that book. And those who are in my team, we have used this as part of our declarations. I want you to know where I got this from, and I want you to do this exercise together with me right now. So in the next 15 minutes or so that we've got left, I'm going to play a clip for you from the book Think and Grow Rich. If you don't have this audio, you don't have the book, please ask me or whoever invited you into this session, and they will send you a link. You know, we are going to spend every second of our time, of our free time, developing ourselves. I remember when I got into network marketing, one of our leaders in the business used to say to us, do you want to be a musician? Huh? Do you want to be a musician? If you said no, I said, so when you get into a car, why do you listen to music? Do you want to get rich? If your answer was yes, you should be listening to things that make you rich, that make you think like a rich person. So now every single spare time that you've got, think about am I going to spend that time such that it contributes towards me changing my life. Nothing is automatic. We work on it. If you have been exposed to systems where you have been promised that you are going to make so much money without lifting a finger, you have seen how that has turned out. So let's put in the work, right? So let me play a clip, and then we can do the exercise together. I'll bring it up. If you can hear it, please just indicate for me in the chat. And bring it up now. Okay, so I've just gone to the part where I want us to do the exercise together. And if you don't have the book, I'm going to send you the link when you ask for it, because it's all about you taking action. And then, yeah, so think carefully, and then we're going to do the exercise. Listen carefully.
Essential to success. Every human being.
Can you hear that? Was that audible? Let me see if I can hear it on the YouTube side. Here. What is this now? No, I don't want to submit anything about DJs. Let's get rid of this one. Okay, let's go.
Who reaches the age of understanding of the purpose of money wishes for it. Wishing will not bring riches, but desiring riches with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquire riches, and backing those plans with persistence which does not recognize failure, will bring riches. 6 ways to turn desires into gold.
Can you hear that? I just want to take it.
The method by which desire for riches can be transmuted into its financial equivalent consists of 6 definite practical steps. That is, first, fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. It is not sufficient merely to say, I want plenty of money. Be definite as to the amount. There is a psychological reason for definiteness, which will be described in a subsequent chapter. Second, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. There is no such reality as something for nothing. Third,
did you hear that? There is no such thing as something. Let me just repeat that. Let's just repeat that.
Establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. Return for the money you desire. Be definite as to the amount. There is a psychological reason for definiteness, which will be described in a subsequent chapter. Second, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire. There is no such reality as something for nothing. Third, establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. Fourth, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire, and begin at once, whether you are ready or not, to put this plan into action. Fifth, write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire, name the time limit for its acquisition, state what you intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate it. Sixth, read your written statement aloud twice daily, once just before retiring at night and once after arising in the morning. As you read, see and feel and believe yourself already in possession of the money. It is important that you follow the instructions described in these 6 steps. It is especially important that you observe and follow the instructions in the 6th paragraph. You may complain that it's impossible for you to see yourself in possession of money before you actually have it. Here is where a burning desire will come to your aid. If you truly desire money so keenly that your desire is an obsession, you will have no difficulty in convincing yourself that you will acquire it. The object is to want money and to become so determined to have it that you convince yourself you will have it. Can you imagine yourself a millionaire? To the uninitiated, who has not been schooled in the working principles of the human mind, these instructions may appear impractical. It may be helpful to all who fail to recognize the soundness of the 6 steps to know that the information they convey was received from Andrew Carnegie, who began as an ordinary laborer in the steel mills, but managed, despite his humble beginning, to make these principles yield him a fortune of considerably more than $100 million. It may be a further help to know that the 6 steps here recommended were carefully scrutinized by the late Thomas A. Edison, who placed his stamp of approval upon them as being not only the steps essential for the accumulation of money, but for the attainment of any goal. The steps call for no hard labor. They call for no sacrifice. They do not require one to become ridiculous or credulous. To apply them calls for no great amount of education. But the successful application of these 6 steps does call for sufficient imagination to enable one to see and to understand that accumulation of money cannot be left to chance, good fortune, and luck.
The accumulation of money cannot be left to chance, good fortune, or luck. So I need us to do the 6 steps. Okay, I'm going to go back and repeat the steps.
One must realize that all who have accumulated great fortunes first, then planning definite ways and means to acquire riches, and backing those plans with persistence which does not recognize failure, will bring riches. 6 ways to turn desires into gold. The method by which desire for riches can be transmuted into its financial equivalent consists of 6 definite practical steps. That is, first, fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire.
Okay, so I want you now, you can write it down for yourself. Fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. How much do I put mine to what I want every month? The amount of money you desire every single month. Can you just write that down? If you've written that down already, you can just put in the chat done. If you have put down the amount of money that you desire, just put it in the chat and just say done. Okay, I see some dones there. Vero, Stephen, what do you desire? Don't be shy. You don't have to tell us the amount of money, but it's important that you do the exercise. These are the steps towards us achieving what we want. Victor, Shirley, Maria, I see your hand is up. I'm not sure if you want to ask something or you're saying you are done. Okay. If you want to say something, you can unmute yourself and say. Done. Awesome. Those on YouTube as well, you can do the same. Okay. All right. So let's listen further to what the next step is.
It is not sufficient merely to say, I want plenty of money. Be definite as to the amount. There is a psychological reason for definiteness, which will be described in a subsequent chapter. Second, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money you desire.
Okay.
There is no such reality as something for nothing. Third,
okay. So there is no such thing as something for nothing. You have to do something for you to get that money. Maybe you don't even know what that something is. Maybe you're just saying that I am going to be doing a particular business. Just start thinking a bit about that. I'll give you ideas as well when I show you my statement because I've done the exercise already. Okay. What are you going to do? What are you going to give in return for that money? What service are you going to provide? What gift are you going to give to people? What are you going to be doing in return for the money? Think about that. Let's take some time thinking about it. What are you going to do? Don't overthink it. You know how much money you want. What are you going to do? Start a business? Build a business? What are you going to be doing in return for that money? Think about that. Okay, let's listen to, so number one was think about the amount of money and be definite. Number two, what are you going to do? What do you intend to do to get that money? Let's listen to number three.
establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money you desire. Fourth,
so some people look at and say, okay, I'm going to have so much in a year by the 1st of December 2025, by the 31st of December 2050, whatever time period you have, put down the date. Be exact. By when do you want to have? Some people look at it monthly, some people look at it annually, some people have got multiple statements, one focusing on this is what I want a month, or in a year's time, I want to have so much money by this date, and you put it down. So think about a date. Put down your date. Now we've got number one, how much money? Is it weekly? Is it monthly? Is it annually? Is it in 5 years? Is it in 2 years? How much money? Number two, what do you intend to do to get that money? Number three, put down the date. Put down the date. Okay, let's listen on.
create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once, whether you are ready or not, to put this plan into action. Fifth,
have a plan. How do you want to release this money? Put together a plan and start executing immediately. Don't say, I must wait for this, I must wait for that. You know, when we talk about our business, right, we've got people that have gone through them who said, oh, maybe I really do want to own my life. I do want to own my life, and but I don't have money. That's not putting a plan in place. The first plan is, okay, I want to do this, right? Maybe in 3 months or in 4 months, I'll be able to do it, right? And then whilst you're doing that, the plan also, you know that part of this business is about education. So you start teaching, you start attending training. That is putting the plan in motion. You know, you are there in every training, you are there in every presentation, you are there understanding the business, you are there listening to reading Think and Grow Rich. That is putting the plan in motion. You just sitting back and saying, I want to do all this, but I don't have money yet. That's not putting a plan in action. Nothing is going to come by if you don't start putting the plan in motion. So we've got number one, you said about the amount of money you want to make, what you intend to do, If it's a business, say, I want to do business A, B, C, D, when do you want to get the money by? And put the plan in action. Okay, so let's listen on.
Write out a clear, concise statement of the amount of money you intend to acquire, name the time limit for its acquisition, state what you intend to give in return for the money, and describe clearly the plan through which you intend to accumulate it.
Okay, that's what we are going to be doing together. You've put down the points, you are going to write down the statement. Okay, just now.
6. Read your written statement aloud twice daily, once just before retiring at night, and once after arising in the morning. As you...
Okay, so number 1, how much money? What do I intend to do? By when do I want to do this? What was the first one? Oh, taking action. And now we are going to write down the statement that we are going to be declaring as pen number 6 every morning and every evening. Is it clear? Okay, let's just finish this off quickly.
Read, see and feel and believe yourself already in possession of the money. It is important that you follow the instructions described in these 6 steps. It is especially important that you observe and follow the instructions in the 6th paragraph. You may complain that it's impossible for you to...
Okay, so before we write down our statement, I just want to also I've got part of this audio as well, but further on, I just want us to play this clip from 30 seconds on, 30 minutes into 23 minutes into the session. I just want to play this part as well.
And become informed as to how the original seed of an idea, plan, or purpose may be planted in the mind. The information is easily conveyed. Any idea, plan, or purpose may be placed in the mind through repetition of thought. This is why you are asked to write out a statement of your major purpose or definite chief aim, commit it to memory, and repeat it in audible words day after day.
This just explains why we need to be doing this. The power of autosuggestion, that as you say this every single day, it starts becoming a reality in your life.
Until these vibrations of sound have reached your subconscious mind. Resolve to throw off the influences of any unfortunate environment and to build your own life to order. Taking inventory of mental assets and liabilities, you may discover that your greatest weakness is lack of self-confidence. This handicap can be surmounted and timidity translated into courage through the aid of the principle of autosuggestion.
So it says that a lack of self-confidence is our issue. And this, repeating this, it results in what we call autosuggestion, where it now subconsciously speaks to you as to who you are based on that statement. So let's listen on.
The application of this principle may be made through a simple arrangement of positive thought impulses stated in writing, memorized, and repeated, until they become a part of the working equipment of the subconscious faculty of your mind. Self-confidence formula. First, I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action toward its attainment, and I here and now promise to render such action. Second, I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality. Therefore, I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby creating in my mind a clear mental picture. Third, I know through the principle of autosuggestion any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of self-confidence. Fourth, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I shall have developed sufficient self-confidence for its attainment. Fifth, I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affects. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of other people. I will induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity, because I know that a negative attitude toward others can never bring me success. I will cause others to believe in me because I will believe in them and in myself. I will sign my name to this formula, commit it to memory, and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence my thoughts and actions so that I will become a self-reliant and successful person. The disaster of negative thinking. The subconscious mind...
Okay. Oh, okay. We want the points again. Okay. The first thing when we are going to put together our statement is that you want to put down the amount of money that you want. You can say it weekly, you can say it monthly, you can say it annually. Some people, or in 5 years' time, this is how much I want. But be definite. You can say, I want to have 1 million rands, or I want whatever it is, but be specific about the amount of money you desire. That's number one. Number two, what was number two? I know number three is that you must put on, okay, what do you intend to do to get that money? Nothing for mahala. You have to do something for that money to come to you. What do you intend to do? Number three, you must have a definite date of when you want that to happen. Number four is you must have a plan and start executing that plan. Number five, we are going to write down the statement. And then number six, you say it every morning and every evening with emotion, with passion. Okay, so those are the steps. And I'm going to show you an example of what this is. Okay, we are now going to write down our statement. Okay, and those who wish to share their statement, we would appreciate that after you've put it down together. You know what the beautiful thing is? When you do these exercises and you put your hand up and say, I want to share mine, we work on yours. Nobody's perfect. We are all learning. Maggie is learning. I read the book and I say, okay, let me try this out. So when I put my statement there, you can look at it, you can criticize it, you can say, Max, maybe change this. So if you want to share yours, bring it up. You can even type it in there. We can say, okay, it looks perfect. Go ahead. Or maybe add this or say this. Or you can say, I'm struggling to put it together. Help me to put it together. And let's do that. That is what the training is all about. It's about you. When we finish this training, each one of us must have a statement that we are going to be doing every single morning and every single evening. But by each one of us, it's that person that says, I am ready to own my life. I am going to start doing things that are going to get me there. Now we are working on ourselves and our mindset. Okay, let me just share it with you again. Okay, let me bring up my screen. Okay, this is a version of what Napoleon Hill is saying we must do. So I have added in some other words so that it aligns with me and I can say it with passion. So where I've put in that was step one. Let me just put on my pointer of what Napoleon Hill said. The amount of money, and then the date, and then what will you do, right? Amount of money, date, what will you do, the thing you will do, right? Then he spoke about writing it down, just number 5, and saying it. Number 4 was putting the plan into action, right? So I say, I choose to easily attract. I spoke about easily because I want things to be easy for me, and I'm speaking that into my life, right? So I choose to easily attract a minimum of I chose certain words. You can use the same words. You can make words that make sense to you. In the book, he also gives a suggestion. If you listen on the audio, a suggestion of how you could say this, of how you could put your statement together. It must resonate with you. It must roll off your tongue. It will take you practicing it over and over again, that one day you will not have to read it anymore. What I do as well, I've got it as voice notes in my phone. When I get into the car, I play the voice notes. I just hear my voice saying this over and over again, you know? Right, so it says, I choose to easily attract a minimum of so much each month. I work on monthly by this date. I will do this, and then you must say the thing you will do, and I will receive money from unexpected sources because I want money just to flow in. I don't want to be specific to say, I'm going to receive money from this business because I feel that it's restricting. So I say from unexpected sources. As long as I do the thing that I need to do, I want this to come. And then I went on further. It's not what Napoleon Hill said, but I read this one somewhere. I say what this money will do for me. That helps me also in aligning it to my desires, aligning it to what is my burning point right now. So I say what this money will do for me. And then my faith is so strong that this money will be in my possession. I want to believe it. And I said, my faith is so strong that this money will be in my possession. I can now see it with my eyes. And Napoleon Hill, when you read further on, he does suggest that you at this part, and I can now see it with my eyes and touch it with my hands. It is now awaiting transfer to me in the proportion that I deliver the service that I intend to render, that thing that I said I will do in return for it. Remember that you won't get anything if you don't do anything. And I have put together a plan and I've started executing it. When I did this, I didn't have a plan. And I thought, but I kept saying it. I've put together a plan and I've started executing it. And I thought, okay, what is my plan? And suddenly I found myself doing things. I am in this business now. I know every single day I must prepare the trainings. I must read the book. I must do this. I'm executing a plan. So my plan is to become a multimillionaire, to make my first million in the next year in this business. And I've started executing it by doing what? By giving my gifts to humanity. Let me show you what my statement looks like now once I have filled out those. If you want to take a screenshot of this, please do. And now I'm going to show you what my plan is looking, my declaration, my statement is looking like when it's complete. Okay, this is it. You can take it, you can adapt it, you can, it doesn't stay static. You can start it like this, and then one day it changes to something else. But it is aligned to what you want to achieve and it's taking you forward. So here's an example of this is actually my statement as is. I choose to easily attract a minimum of 60,000 Rand each month by the 31st of December, 2022. I will do this by giving my gifts to humanity, to the community, promoting financial health, physical health, and mental health, and receiving money from unexpected sources. This money will supplement my current income and will meet my current financial needs and lead me into total financial freedom. My faith is so strong that this money will be in my possession. I can now see it with my eyes and touch it with my hands. It is now awaiting transfer to me in the proportion that I deliver the service that I intend to render in return for it. I have put together a plan and I've started executing it. How I came up with 60,000 rands? I looked at what I want in my life. If I got an extra 60,000 rands a month, I would have my ultimate dream life. Not yet, but I will be comfortable. My current monthly income will be supplemented. It will meet my current financial needs and it will lead me to total financial freedom. So I went and did my figures and said, okay, if I made this extra money a month, I'd be kind of comfortable. So you just do your math, decide what is going to work for you, what you desire, by when, write it down. And let me speak about giving my gifts to humanity, promoting financial health, physical health, and mental health, how I came to that. I am in the business that sells beauty health products. And it speaks to, when you speak about mental health, We're speaking about reducing stress levels. We speak about what we are doing now, self-motivation. We are talking about self-development, so mental health. I'm promoting that by being in a space where I encourage people to start thinking differently. Physical health, our products speak to that, right? Financial health, we are talking about ways to change our lives financially. So I'm giving my gifts. What are my gifts? My gift is sponsoring individuals that want to be financially secure. Our business is about sponsoring individuals, sponsoring them with our time. When I'm in here sharing this presentation, sharing this training, I am sponsoring of my time. So our business is not about recruiting people to sell products. It's about sponsoring people to help them reach their financial freedom. And we sponsor by teaching you what we are doing. And thus I am promoting your financial health. Because if you follow our 3-step system, you are on and become part of our team in our organization, you are working yourself towards your financial freedom. So I'm creating a space where I am promoting financial health through our system, through our business, and then physical health, we use the products ourselves. They've got vitamins, they've got products that help us to prevent sickness and disease. We've got those that alleviate sickness and disease, that take away the pain. So we talk about the physical health and then the mental health as well, stress levels reduce, all that. So that is what our business does. So those who are in our business, if you did not know what we were doing, we are promoting financial health, physical health, and mental health. And we are doing that by sponsoring and teaching people around us to do the same. And as we do that, that is what we are doing. As we are doing that, we are getting paid. So that is us delivering the service that we intend to render. We are rendering a service of sponsorship, sponsoring you by helping you to understand, to teach you what you need to do on a daily basis so that you make money in our business. Okay. Has anybody, I'm going to stop this now. Anyone? Sorry, Maria had to leave us. I'll connect with her on offline. Anybody want to share their statement? Victor, should we pick on you? Have you got one? Say yes or no then. Anybody? Will you share it with me privately? Okay. All right. I hope this was valuable to you. Was it valuable? Did it help anybody? Did this session help anyone? Was it? You have one, Dino. Okay. Do you want to share it? Okay, so now doesn't want to share it, but she's got one. Congratulations, sis. Well done. Well done on doing that. Okay. Was this valuable? Abuti Morake, thank you for joining. Victor, thank you. I see Mav. I'm not sure if it's Mavis or Sisbuyi, Stephen, Shirley, Victor, Dineo, and the people on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was valuable for you. We've got training every week in the Wise Wealth team. If you want to join in anytime, just let me know. So the 4 weeks where we do the training, we've got training on self-development, on the napkin, self-development and network marketing, right? On the napkin presentations, training on our products, and we've got training on the compensation plan. The next training will be on the compensation plan, where you need to understand what is available for me to make, so that you know the thing where you are working towards, how much money you can make, and how to get there. Right. So as we are going off today, please, please, please go out and practice our 3-step system. The first thing that you want to do is step 1, the 45-second presentation. Remember our conversation starters, right? Remember our conversation starters. How do you get people to start asking you questions about what we are doing? How do you start engaging with people so that you make them part of our organization, that of people who are going to be financially secure and live their ultimate dream lives? Our conversation starter, friend, wouldn't you love to own your life? How many people do you know that just want to own their lives? Start their conversation. Friend, wouldn't you like to own your life? Okay, and then give them the 45-second presentation, and then we'll see them on Sunday when we have our Zoom session at 6 p.m. That is our 3-step system. Enjoy doing it. And I want you to talk more, Nick. Please, next time, come ready to speak and share your experiences for the week. Nick. So thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Connect with me on the other side, and let's go make money. Have a splendid evening and good night. Anything else? Are we good? Good night, everyone.